it looks a lot easier to see. You see that there's the right, left shoulder. No, that's not right, is it? It's double bottom. It could be a double bottom there, or I was originally thinking something like this. We've got quite nice volume on the way up, but the danger with this volume is that, you know, if you suddenly get some big selling and then all of a sudden you get some really crazy selling, and that's a real danger, and we don't want that. We don't want crazy selling. We need crazy buying, especially at these levels. What's actually happened is you see this anchored VWAP from the December 24 high. We kind of cleared the liquidity, we closed above it, we held above it, and now we're rejecting from it. So it's forming the price is struggling to get above it, and what we actually need to do is we need to flip it into support. That's what needs to happen here. And right now we're just kind of trading in and around that anchored VWAP. Is this going to zero? No, it's not going to zero. Dtravel is about to explode. It's just that the movement of TRVL is so much at these levels. Look, from the pivot high put in yesterday to where we are now, we're already 70% lower than the price of yesterday's high. And so for a lot of people, when they're looking at their TRVL portfolio, you got to have a stomach made of steel. You got to basically not get overly obsessed about these fluctuations, because in the future, when TRVL runs, it's going to run and run and run and run and run, and you're going to be seeing big gains really quickly. And so right now, these fluctuations, people are panicking. Oh my God, I'm 17% down. What next? What shall I do? Shall I sell? That's what people will think. The reality is, at the lows, with this volume that we've been seeing, this increasing volume, increasing prices, it's an opportunity to buy. And ideally, what you're looking to do is accumulate, not financial advice, accumulate. You accumulate, yeah? You're adding, you're increasing your TRVL number and not getting too fixated on the USDT price. Yes, you might have bought a little bit more than the average price. Yes, tomorrow it dropped, today it dropped 17%. Okay. That gives you an opportunity to buy 17% cheaper, add to your portfolio. So the idea is to accumulate a bigger TRVL portfolio. And if we get everyone into that mindset, then we're not going to have any problem defending support levels. Now, because of the rest of the market, people are like, Bitcoin is rejecting from all-time highs, ETH is rejecting from all-time highs. You could see a little bit of onset panic. And then what you end up getting are low volume sells. So even now, when I'm looking at the TRVL selling, you see decreasing prices, decreasing volume. You see that? That's low volume selling. And so effectively what's happening is that people are overselling. There's not enough liquidity, and then the price slips. And so they're selling much lower than the actual value. That's really what's happening. And then when you're looking at, like, when I'm looking at this right now, I'm still seeing like kind of bullish ideas, you know, like Gartley, bullish Harmonics, bullish ideas. I'm not seeing bearish ideas at the moment form on the chart. Potentially there was one actually. So I'm just kind of like, potentially there was one there. And it's not very nice, is it? It's like a butterfly or something. With that, you would have technically you'd have a 50 fib target again, bringing us back down. It'd be down another 15% potentially. Okay, we're back into this value area. So what I really wanted us to do was to flip this value area into support. You see that? And it kind of was trying to do that here. We're trying to flip it. But again, this is not us. This is the rest of the market. And we can always change this narrative if we get aggressive buying at these levels. But what also could happen in this situation is, again, you could get, I can see a lot of bullish harmonics forming, you know, like you could get the price to come back down, take out this low, hit the point of control for another buy up to take us to higher prices. And so I see now, right now, I see now on TRVL pullbacks of buy opportunities. We're not getting the crazy sell-off that we experienced like before, like here. That's not what's happening right now. So just want to make people aware. And if people, what happened there? And if people are like thinking to themselves, when's a good time to buy? Where should I buy? Where's a good time to enter? I think accumulation, DCA, time weighted average pricing is the best way to accumulate based on time. And you can either focus on red candles or big drops. There is a trend line here that we haven't hit yet. It almost was front run, wasn't it? Here. And potentially we are forming some kind of consolidation on the resistance. And this is kind of what I'm seeing right now at the moment. Let's just say this is big resistance, like a nice straight line like that. And what you want to see is the price to consolidate underneath resistance, which is kind of what it's doing now. So you're getting a little bit of pullback. You want to see the buying. You want to see the sell. You know, we want to do that. We want to kind of form some kind of consolidation underneath resistance, because at the right time, then when Bitcoin finds support and pumps, we can just, or ETH, we can just break out. And that's ideally what we want to see next, isn't it? And so don't get too overwhelmed by these pullbacks, because they are low volume pullbacks. As the price drops, the volume is decreasing, and ideally what we want to see is aggressive buying the dip. The monthly candle was really bullish, wasn't it? It was a really bullish candle. There's a little reversal going on here. Now we're just going back, searching for liquidity, and then the 2 monthly candle. Well, the whole thing structure is bullish, and now we're just going back for liquidity. It could go all the way back down to the 50 fib of this previous 2-month candle. So the price never moves in straight lines. Yeah, it goes up and down. And so I don't want people to kind of worry and panic. Oh my God, what's going on? I bought expecting a breakout and it hasn't happened. Should I sell? No, the idea is to continue buying. We have this July 6th anchored VWAP. That is now, you can see it's offering support. So potentially that will be the real next, you see support. So potentially that would be the next buy opportunity, an anchored VWAP from July the 6th. That's probably maybe to touch this trend line again. That might be the next opportunity to buy. And then possibly that would be some kind of golden pocket type situation. And I am looking at potentially, like I showed before, something like this, some kind of harmonic forming here, like a bullish harmonic. I think that's what we want to see. We want to see consolidation here while the rest of crypto does what it wants. Bitcoin drops, Bitcoin goes up. I'm not too worried about Bitcoin or ETH, because we have enough people and value now in TRVL to consolidate here and hold the price. And that's what I really think. If you go to CoinGecko and have a look at TRVL, have a look at the market cap. Right now the market cap is $4.39 million. It's not much, is it? It's not much. Look at the 24-hour trading volume. That's $651,000. Let's have a look at the data. Look at the volume, guys. This is really nice volume. We've got $500,000 worth of volume consistently for the last period of time. Look at that. Look at that volume. Look, 800,000, 800,000. Look, this is really nice volume. By the way, this is August. Let's go back 3 months. Let's see how the volume has changed on TRVL. Going all the way back to the 6th of July when I restarted my stream. Look, that was 100,000. And look, the volume right now, 800,000 going up, 600,000, a million. Look at that, $1 million worth of volume. And we're basically at the moment, we're at 5-6x of volume when I restarted my streams. So the volume has been nice. Yeah. And this is what gives me hope. And I'm not too stressed about the price dropping because we're getting really nice trading going on here. We're getting really nice volume. And so this is accumulation. And I think people, like when you're looking at the volume, that's 1/5 of the market cap. See that? 1/5 the market cap, 1/5 the market cap. So we get, look, this 1 million, again, look, it was a 5 million market cap and it was a $1 million worth of volume there. So we're getting really nice volume here on TRVL. And I think we should just kind of not panic. Let's let this play out. Accumulate, accumulate, accumulate. Okay, we are getting a little bit of rejection. It's obvious, isn't it? It's obvious. I don't want to kind of pretend that we're not getting a little bit of a rejection here, but it's the end of, it was the beginning of the month and there's a little bit of a pullback from a green candle. That's effectively, that's what's happening. Yeah. Should you sell? Well, again, it's about higher time frame. If you're higher time frame bullish, then you accumulate. Yeah. You accumulate, you buy. But obviously it's always good to take profit when you get hit key resistance or you get swing failures. It's always good to take profit and then you can add that back in lower when you get the pullbacks. And so that's effectively, that's the best strategy. We're not ready to break out yet, huh? It's obvious. The market needs, Bitcoin needs to hit support and this needs to hold higher prices. And then obviously the one thing we don't want to do is, under any circumstances, we don't want to lose. I don't think we want to lose these lows here. I think that would be really, it will start to look bad. Then if that was to happen, honestly, if that was to happen, we'd have to reevaluate. Okay. You might get a big sell-off. Honestly, the market cap is so low and TRVL, and when you look at Dtravel, and I keep on talking about this, and I just want to keep on going back to the stats and the tech. And it's really important to have context. When you look at the turnover, where is it? When you see that Dtravel has processed $1.36 million worth of value, and when you're looking at total room nights booked, and you see that it's over 10,000 room nights booked now, and you see the activity of the network, and then when you're looking at the number of listings now, there's 5,372. So we're seeing growth, continuous growth. Operator signups 10,726. And then when you compare that to what I was talking about, which is the market cap, which is $4.3 million, and the tech, which has been built over the last 4 years, the tech has been incredible because you're talking about on-chain vacation rental bookings on-chain. So all of the reservations are on-chain. That's tech that has to be coded, that has to be executed. And we're on multiple chains. We're on ETH, we're on Base, we are on the Binance chain, and we can accept crypto payments, and that's all on chain. And then when you look at the app, and this is really important, when you look at the travel app, this is all coding, this is all tech. And so really we're undervalued. We're significantly undervalued. This is what I wanted to say. You have to see look at the bigger picture when you're looking at the charts. Yeah, don't get too obsessed about small price fluctuations, 10% up, 20% down, whatever. What you have to be doing is looking at the network, looking at looking at the growth, so I'm in El Salvador now, and this is what I'm doing. Look at this. We have 4 results now in El Salvador. How amazing is that? This is that private country house that I was talking about that was added to the network. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. I was actually there this weekend on Sunday. It's amazing. It's amazing. Such an amazing house right by the beach in Cincinnati. Not Cincinnati, it's called Cincinnati. And Let's have a look at these pictures. Loads. It's such a beautiful house. Oh my God. I loved it. Every bit of it. I should send him some pictures to add some more pictures because I got some pictures of the beach. Really, really beautiful house. And look at that, $189 per night. This is in El Salvador. Excuse me. Sorry. Cough. And this is what we're doing. We're building a network. We're building a real world network where people can book accommodation peer-to-peer. And they don't need Airbnb. And in these accommodations, if you want to, what you can do is you can pay using crypto, and that's the big deal. Let me just check this now quickly. He's called it Casa Tortuga. That's funny. I don't know if it's my internet or if it's the website. Oh, there it is. Don't know what this is. Oh, it's the location. There's a problem there, obviously. So there you go. Let's click on reserve. Pay with crypto. There you go. So it's actually, you can only accept crypto here. You see that? And TRVL, you can save 10%. USDC, USDT. Actually, the only options here are USDC, probably because it's on the bet using the Coinbase wallet, USDC, TRVL, ETH, and Coinbase BTC. And there you go. So you can actually book this directly. If you want, you can contact him. His number's there, WhatsApp, and his email's there. And this is the future. This is the future where you can actually search and find accommodation and book directly. You don't have to go through Airbnb. I actually know for a fact that he was never on Airbnb. So he's actually created a brand new Airbnb profile. Let me just have a look at it so you can see. There's his Airbnb profile. Carlos, yeah. See that? He's got one listing on Airbnb. He's never actually been on Airbnb. And so he's just gone and put it on both platforms at exactly the same time. All right. So this is the future. And when you're looking at the value of the market cap, you're seeing it's a $4.3 million market cap. For all of the work that we've done, for being in 140 countries, being in 1,212 cities, having 5,372 listings on our network, and with all of this revenue, not revenue, but turnover that we've generated for the Dtravel network, we are way undervalued. And this is what I keep on telling people. And so at the moment, people are a little bit confused because they're saying, why is it so cheap? I don't understand. Well, look, fundamentally, we're seeing some big changes in Dtravel, and a lot of those changes haven't been revealed or implemented yet. One of those changes was the leadership. And if you go to the Dtravel X page, let me go and have a look now. You'll see they haven't even announced it yet. You see that? We haven't even announced it yet. Oh, look at this. This is interesting. So this is really good. Let's have a look at this. I'll come back to that. And so because we haven't announced some of these big changes, oh, that's me onboarding Carlos and Majid here in El Salvador. Because we haven't announced it yet, a lot of people are still kind of like, what's going on? Part of those changes are giving TRVL value, real world value, intrinsic value. We haven't actually announced those changes. I'm kind of not really in the picture, but I am hearing kind of rumors. And so that's why I'm kind of sharing with you guys now. This is really good. This is Andrea. I think I shared this before, but here she is sharing it. What is this? CoinFest Asia. Oh, look at this. I haven't seen this. What's she saying here?
And I gotta admit that I'm super excited, but at the same time, kind of nervous. However, I had also the thought that if this is a crypto event, why not going all in crypto? So today, I'm gonna show you my booking process with Dtravel, where I'm going to find, hopefully, my dreamy villa where I'm going to pay with crypto. As I said, this is the first time, so be patient with me. So here in the landing page, you scroll down a little bit, you're gonna find this Discover Bali button, where I'm gonna set the dates I'm gonna arrive and apply all the filters that I think that fit better for me. Okay, perfect. This is a good location because it's very close to the main venue. And here I find pretty good one. This one right here. This good. Yeah, I love this style. Super modern, kind of vintage as well. A lot of space. That I'm probably not gonna use that much, but however, this is beautiful. So yeah, with this.
Anyway, you get the idea. You can see what's going on. That's really good. I'm going to repost that. That's amazing. And then what we have here is the video which I shared.
Dtravel, and I'm looking forward to meet the host and also to show you the experience that I live there. Okay, apparently we're here, so just a minute until I show you my house. Oh yeah, this is it. Hi, thank you so much. The villa was unbelievable and I got welcomed in the best way possible.
My name is Andrew.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Nice to meet you, Andrew. Then Andrew started to explain me all the details of check-in, check-out, and I even asked him if I could check out later, and he agreed. Now, join me with my welcome drink and let's explore the villa. What I loved about this villa, besides the location, was the decoration. You felt that you were in an old money house, but paying 3 times less. So yeah, I guess this is it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching the whole experience with me and for the tour. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can wait to keep exploring more properties around Bali through Dtravel. See you soon.
How amazing is that video? So we got some real good stuff happening, activity happening, marketing with Dtravel. And this is it. This is the beginning of a lot of good things. I think right now what you're looking at is dip buying opportunities. Yeah, dip buying opportunities. Just for the sake of kind of curiosity, I'm just going to quickly just maybe analyze this. I don't like to do it because it's, you know, low volume, low illiquid markets. It's really hard to do technical analysis. I prefer to look at the higher time frame to do that, but you know, you've got these quite big wicks and it's quite illiquid, and so therefore it's hard to kind of come up with areas of genuine support and resistance. But you can see here the golden pocket and the point of control here. Taking out these lows would be a really good place to find support. It's a bit lower than I don't really want to lose these lows, and so ideally if you do hit there, we have to really rally to make that happen. It's going to be quite scary for a lot of people because that's like another 19% drop from where we are. So you'd have to see quite high accumulation to make that happen. And I don't want to kind of panic anyone. Ideally, what I would prefer is for us to hold higher prices and just kind of get back up to this kind of range that we're in. And if anyone is looking to buy, this is really, if you're bullish and you're looking to buy, this is the place to do it. Because if we can kind of stay up here and consolidate up here, it would be better for higher prices. We'd have a better chance of reaching higher prices in the next pump. But obviously, if the price, so this is the right place for a buy the dip opportunity. And again, the same thing goes. You kind of want it to, from there, you want it to pump. You really want it to pump and take out the highs. And you want to continue with bullish market structure. And so right now, if you're looking at the structure, it's looking quite bullish because we put in a higher high there and we put in higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Actually, technically, when you're looking at the higher low, higher high situation, I'm just trying to see. Yeah, it's not easy, huh? Because it's a daily time frame. Fuck. It just takes too long trying to figure it out. The weekly is the easiest one to see because you can clearly see lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high there. And then if you go all the way down to there to put in a higher low, it's like, wow, all the way down. Like I don't really want us to do that because now then it starts looking like a bear flag. And I don't want us to get into that kind of bear flaggish scenario. It's going to be quite painful for a lot of people accumulating at these prices to see their portfolio down 50% if we go all the way down to those levels. So ideally what we want to see right now is strong buy the dip price action. I'm probably looking at it now. Let me just get rid of these. I'll get rid of that again. All right, let me just do this one more time. I don't do this so much because I don't know if people find it useful. Those are the higher time frame levels. I did this a while ago. So you've got your monthly level there. Let me just pull that down. That's a previous monthly level. It's washed. That's a previous monthly level. It's washed. So I kind of have to mark those as they may not be relevant. That's why washed and washed. Washed or tapped, it means it's been traded through once already, and so therefore there's no liquidity there. Go to the weekly time frame. See, that weekly level was being hit again. See, it went up and it rejected off that weekly level. See, that's washed again. Got a couple of weekly levels there, lower down, and then you've got your daily levels. Well, that one's gone now, isn't it? So you see how relevant these levels are. That's where the price goes and finds that either support or resistance. Daily level there. So that's probably your next kind of area of support there. Got a few daily levels there. You've got a bunch of levels where the price can find support. We'll just mark them out. So that's basically that. I've done all the levels for you quickly. Go all the way down and find this one, higher time frame levels. See that? So you have your levels and then you have your volume, and volume basically I will do it on the highest time frame. I've done this before so many times. I'll do it again. Where was it again? It was all the way down here, wasn't it? Get rid of these fixed ranges. Bam, gone. Volume levels, let me pull that up. Where did it go? Up there. That's it. Perfect. There are your volume levels. Let me hide those. Let me just check them again. Make sure they're correct. Looks okay. So we have our volume levels, we have our higher time frame levels, and then the other thing you want is our fibs. Now there are different ways to do fibs, from top to bottom, from bottom to top. Here I'll just do it from top to bottom and see. So look at this, we've come into the 236 right now. You see that? So that's a higher time frame fib, and we were trying to flip it into support, and we're kind of trying to lose it now. And so this is a key area, and we have to flip that 236 into support to go for higher prices. And then the only other one that I can do here locally is this one all the way up to that pivot. And so it's a bit messy, but effectively you've got these fibs as well. Let's just kind of bring up our higher time frame levels here. We're kind of coming into a little bit of a gap, and then we've got this monthly, this wash monthly, which is the 382, Then we've got these kind of level. These are all liquidity levels where the price should find support. And the reason why it should find support is because of the way the price has ascended. It hasn't gone up in a straight line. It's kind of consolidated to go up, consolidated to go up. And what that does is that creates liquidity levels. So it makes it a lot, dare I say, difficult, but it makes it easier to hold higher prices, because now people have places where they can buy and sell. And so you're looking at these levels for buy and sell areas. There's nothing that stands out except possibly this point of control. It's probably the strongest area because it lines up with the 618. It lines up with like a washed monthly level, but a brand new daily level. There's a few kind of strong levels here at the same place, which kind of for me stands out. If anyone is not entered, that would probably be the place to enter. I am wondering if this first wave has happened, but again, Elliott waves on a relatively illiquid token is actually quite difficult because the rules, it looks like the rules are broken, and I'm not really focused much on Elliott waves on so much right now because I'd like to see a real breakout. Where is my Elliott wave? You can see that. Possibly 1, 2, and then we're in the 3, possibly 1, 2, and this again. So this is quite tricky. I'm not 100% because I'm assuming up, but it is also possible that we're still correct. This is like a corrective move, and we still have, that's your first wave, and this whole thing is some kind of corrective, some kind of A, B type corrective for the next wave. And so it's quite subjective, Elliott waves. We like to think always up, but sometimes we have to contemplate corrections. And so if that is a correction in this context, doesn't look good. Let's see that one. 618 would be September, the end of the first week of September. The 1-to-1 would be the second week of September. And then you're looking, actually there you are looking at a bullish harmonic. If that's a correction of and you had your first wave, could that correct and we can expand into another pump? It's really difficult to know until it happens, you know, so it's all speculative. Because at the moment, this does look like we've had the first impulse and this is just potentially its own correction, doesn't it? It doesn't look like this is a correction. For me, it looks like that's a correction, like a flag, like a bull flag. But we have to see how this plays out, because we don't want to see crazy selling now to invalidate the idea of some kind of flag here. That would be nice if that was a flag and then we were looking for higher prices on the breakout to the upside. But again, it's really hard to know until it happens. I kind of focus mainly on the higher time frame candles because I know how powerful they are in terms of what they're saying. Increasing prices, increasing volume on the monthly candle, closes higher. That's a continuation candle. It's not a reversal to the upside. It's not like if it closed lower than the previous month high, then I would be thinking, okay, that's problematic. But we've closed higher, and now we're getting the initial pullback. And so actually I'm still thinking higher prices, and we just have to see how far we pull back, and we want to see aggressive buying as the price dips. That's really what we want to be seeing. And as you kind of look at the inverse head and shoulders idea that I've been talking about, that was the original idea. We have this kind of trend line that's forming. We're coming into the same level again, which is what I wanted, which was what I was thinking. This is it. If we don't hold here, then we're going for lower. Then we're going for here. It could still play out correctly, yeah? Because you could be looking at something like this. Yeah, it could still play out correctly. But then you do need a pump. Then this would be the last line of defense at the point of control. This would be better because it's the top of the value area high, and not losing this trend line would be a really nice thing to see. But at the same time, worst case scenario, we do take out these lows, but we do find support at the point of control. Everything in crypto finds support, and then we can pump for an inverse head and shoulders. I'm still thinking inverse head and shoulders. It's just, this is the right shoulder, and so it's the right shoulder to accumulate for a breakout to the upside. This is what I want people to imagine, and let's see if it happens. And then if we do get that, then we'll have a really nice breakout target of anywhere between 2.8 and 3.2 cents. All right, that's that. Let me have a look at the Telegram. New users, new booking processed. That's nice. This is Andrea talking about the whole booking process being described. Yes. Harry Jacks commenting on that. Yes. New booking site activated. Magical Cabin in the Woods just launched a new direct booking site. You want to check that out? Let's have a look at that. I like looking at magical cabins. Magical Cabin in the Woods in Van Dykes Bay, or Dykes, I don't know how to pronounce that. I think it's in South Africa, huh? Because it's in ZAR. I don't know why the map isn't working, by the way. We'll have to take a picture of that and send feedback. It's beautiful. Look at that. So they've just launched on Dtravel. Look, it's really nice, huh? Look at that. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that cabin. Wonderful. Love it. They've got an Airbnb profile. 4.85 stars on Airbnb. Amazing. All right. So that's that. Let's go and have a look on the other channel on Telegram, TRVL. Okay, so the question was, is it possible to see periodic charts instead of cumulative ones? I think I've answered that, and I think you can work it out. You can work it out from the data, but there's no charts describing it month by month. That's basically the answer. If you go to June, you can actually calculate it month on month just by looking at the increases in numbers, but they obviously haven't put the month on month data. Yeah, so you have to calculate it yourself. So maybe they should. I don't know if they should or not. It's going to get too much, isn't it? Too much information. Sometimes less is more, and maybe in this circumstance less is more. But if you remember that this was 138 like a month ago, and look, it's 140. So we are growing. We're definitely growing. Yeah, look, the listings, it's going up. We're definitely growing, and this is really exciting. So please participate, share the X posts on Dtravel, comment in the Telegram channel if you have anything to add, and definitely what you should do if you can, if you feel like it, reshare, retweet, re-like everything that you see on Dtravel. This is really important because this is how we're gonna share what's going on with the rest of the world in social media. And let's do this. Let's kind of take this to the moon. We've so far had $656,000 worth of volume today. Look at that. Today, the 2nd of September. That's really quite a lot, huh? It's just increasing volume. It is price dropping, so it's a little bit bearish in that sense. But the volume is good. We're getting really nice volume, and that's what we want to see. We want to see this go up to 1 million plus on a daily basis at these levels. You have to understand that the exchanges look at the volume, and when they see the volume increase, then they get more interested in the token, especially when you have a real world use case like Dtravel, like this. Then they get really interested in the token, and in the future, we're definitely going to be adding value to the token. That's really important for people to understand. And when we do that, then you're not going to see these prices again. It's just a fact that once the new leadership changes, makes the positive changes that we're going to see in the future, then we're not going to see these prices, because we're going to see a massive buy up with volume, and we'll probably end up back into the higher range when that happens. And that's kind of what I'm expecting. I'm expecting us to get back into the higher range just because of the volume that we're seeing in these prices. And once that happens, we'll probably get a failed auction, and we won't necessarily see these lower prices again. Then we'll be attacking the highs. That's kind of what I want to see. I want to see us to attack the highs in the future. All right. So that's TRVL. It's been a little bit of a longer update, and I'm going to make a video and cut it. And if you do watch this video, just like and share. That'll be appreciated. All right.